Got a beautiful day today. What we're going to be doing today is heading out a little bit wide. Going to head up the coast. Going to try and track down some bigger snapper. Got some nice snapper in the harbour at the moment, but we want to just try and target a little bit bigger fish. And the plan is to probably head up along the coast, try a bit of the scoots, a little bit of the soft baiting, and we got the micro jigs as well. Hopefully come across some schools of fish. Not necessarily workups would be nice, but even if we can just track down some fish that are schooling up along the coast here, hopefully get into some fish. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Got my little scoop there, made from reel rods. Give that a bash. Got a lot of sign below us, not sure what it is. Been in the far north, could be anything, but we're hoping it's snapper. There's a lot of blue mau mau and kawai hanging around, but some good sign on the bottom, so it could be snapper. Stevo's hooked up, it's the first drop, actually on the soft baits at the moment. Doesn't look like a bad fish either. Just doing a couple of drifts, actually in about 50 meters. Fish is supposedly on the 50 meter mark. It's got colour. Nice fish. He's all bloated up. We'll probably take this one. It's on the little 5-inch. So far so good. Probably get my bait down. Fish seem to be sitting on their 50-meter mark, so what we're going to do, we're going to head back up, reset our drift. Stevo got that nice fish in our first drift. Still quite some nice sign there, even off the 50-meter mark, but just seems to be a little bit more action on that 50-meter mark, so we'll head back out, reset the drift and then go again. Stevo's hooked up again. Actually looks like something a little bit different. It's got a couple of little nods there. Might be sort of maybe kingfish. Not too sure. It's taking a lot of line. It could be a big snapper. But it's sort of looking kingfish like. Stevo's still on the nice fish. We're hoping it's a big snapper. It was looking like a little bit of a kingfish sort of movement on the rod, so I'm not too sure. It's a lot of fun on these light rods and reels. Stevo's got the little 4000 reel there. It's actually a light jig rod he's using, soft baiting. And it's looking more and more like a kingfish. It's doing a few circles, maybe even a big trevally, who knows. It's one great thing about fishing up in the north, in the deep. You never know what you've got. And it looks like it's a kingfish. Doing some bigger circles now. And we've got a bit of colour. Stevo's hooked up again. This time it looks like a snapper. Looks like about the same size as he got the first one. You never know, it might not have woken up yet. Gone, dropped it. Definitely seems to be a lot of fish here. What we're doing is we're just motoring up, back up to that 50-meter mark, doing a drift, probably down to about 45 meters. Bites sort of die away and then we just head back up, back onto the fish. Always stay in that strike zone. It's no use keep going if the fish are sitting in that one area. You probably will pick up the odd one if you keep drifting, but there's schooling definitely out on that 50-meter mark spawning. It's his spawning colours for sure. It's getting a bit squiddly with it. Stevo's hooked up. Not too sure what it is. Come across a nice bit of foul. Thought we'll drop the anchor and try some baits. It's a nice big granddaddy harpooker. Grant. So I'm hooked up on the slippery slider. Just dropped it down, wound up slowly. Got a few nibbles and I've hooked up, whether it's foul hooked or it's grabbed it, not too sure. And it's another red snapper. So the reef fishing is going quite well for us. I think that's what all that sign is probably those red snapper. Hooked up again on the little slippery slider. It's hitting the bottom, just giving it a couple of yo-yos and it's just getting smashed. As I'm winding the other way, as I'm slowly winding, it's just getting nibbled at the whole time. And I think it's just mass schools of those red snapper. But this one I dropped to the bottom and just had it in gear, yo-yoed it up about 3 or 4 times and bang, hooked up. Not sure what it is, it could be a granddaddy. I know they like jigs. And it's another red snapper. There you go.
What a good treat.
Stevo's hooked up again. I'm doing quite well, caught a few granddaddies already. Parrotfish. Oh, golden snapper. Even better. Hooked up to a little bit better fish. Lobbed a half a pulley out the back. The little ball sinker. She was walloped on the way down. Thought I'd change it up a bit. And it's probably a snapper. Not a big one. It'll be alright. Be a nice little leader from the north. Just sitting in about 35 meters of water. Came across a real nice reef. It's just stacked with reef fish. A lot of the orange snapper, granddaddy harpooker, parrotfish, pigfish, probably blue cod down there as well. And yep, it's a snapper. You can get some big snapper around this area, up to about 20 pound. There you go, it's not bad. He's bloated up, so we'll be taking him home. The great thing about this spot here, it's not on a chart. It's just absolutely chock of reef fish. Very healthy reef, I must say. Caught all sorts. And the sounder is honestly just 20 meters, sometimes 30 meters thick of fish. And there'll be a mau mau, pink mau mau, blue mau mau. There's the orange snapper, be all sorts. It's just great to see. And it's quite nice to come along, just fish this every now and then. I mean, we're only here once or twice a year, so it's not like we would fish it out. Basically, I mean, it's been here obviously for years and it's just amazingly full of fish, which is great. Stevo's hooked up to another reefie. Big pink mau mau. Hold it right up. It's probably about the biggest pink mau mau I've seen. It's pretty big, but they do get them big in the north. Hooked up again. Something very heavy and just straight up and down. Not too sure. Maybe a big granddaddy harpooker. Hopefully. This is the dead weight, so it could be. It's just the great thing about fishing the far north in the deep water. You'll just never know what you catch until you get it up to the surface. And I see orange and I see big granddaddy. Oh yeah. Now that's what you call a granddaddy harpooker. Stevo's hooked up again. Looks like a bit of a snapper maybe, with that sign on the rod. Or is it another species? No, it's another snapper. Stevo's hooked up can see the sun behind him's just heading for the horizon, and the fish are starting to turn up in numbers. Some nice fish. Oh yeah, hooked up again. Not a big fish. But a nice fish. One thing I love about the north, it's similar to the Kaipara, is we've got no boats at all around us. Can't see any at all. Thanks for watching another great day out fishing with Real Kiwi Fishing. And you can also find more of my movies on my YouTube channel, Real Kiwi Fishing.